In the days of yore, when desktop PCs were the norm, mobile computing was something not many had access to and basically unheard of for the majority of the working class. And those who did have access to had to compromise in a lot of aspects, be it the lack of portability with the extra heavy notebooks of the time or the lack of performance in the thin netbooks then. The advent of Ultrabooks paved the way to modern mobile computing by a lot. The modern Ultrabook, the likes of which being the XPS series by Dell or Apple's MacBook lineup, in a way are much more portable than before and are pretty powerful pieces of machine. But at the same time, they still aren't accessible to the working class, the same way laptops of the time were not. But at the same time, we tend to ignore the little powerful piece of tech that is accessible, easier to use, much more portable, and undercut the Ultrabook by being available at a starting price a fifth of the same. Yes, I'm talking about iPads here. I know most of you might be thinking it is nothing more than a media watching device, but it is a lot more than that. In this episode, I will be talking about how, at a price point of $400 in the US or Rs 32,000 in India, you can effectively have an ultimate productivity setup which could handle most and maybe all of your workload effectively. Even with my laptop being an ultrabook that cost me $850, my go-to machine has always been my iPad. One, you get the hang of effectively using the iPad OS the right way and get the right set of apps, paid as well as the free ones you seriously would want to ditch your other devices. Let's begin with what iPad brings to the table. Any iPad on the market, from the basic $229 iPad to the $850 iPad Pro, all have 2K screen resolution, which basically double that of a full 1080p display. In contrast, any laptop under $1,000 definitely will not have the resolution of more than 1080p, or in case of less than $300, a 768p display is the norm in those laptops. Add to that, when it comes to the performance, the A10 chip on the base iPad performs the same as the i5 Y series chip in the low-powered Ultrabook, like the MacBook Air or the LG Gram. And if you move up to an iPad Air or iPad Pro, you get the A12X or Z Bionic chips, which are so blistering fast that it leaves behind even the hexa-core i5 chip on the much bulkier 15-inch MacBook Pros or XPS series of laptops. That is one of the main reasons behind why even Apple is moving towards its own silicon for the Mac lineup in the future. I have discussed about the same in a previous video of mine, which you can access by clicking in the info card right here or the link in the description. Moving on to how I utilize my iPad setup to the max and make it my primary device for productivity as well as entertainment use, there are a set of few paid as well as free applications that I make use of, which I will be linking in the description below for you to find them easily. The first and the foremost basic service that I would say would be the most important of all is Microsoft 365, which was previously Office 365. With this subscription, along with access to all the important applications including Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, which are all important for day-to-day usage, the access to OneNote for random note taking, as well as 1 terabyte of cloud storage is the cherry on top of this cake. For $59.99 US dollars and in India rupees 4200 a year, this is an absolute no-brainer. All my devices are safely backed up on OneDrive, and the access to Office apps is available for me on my desktop, laptop, as well as iPad and iPhone. So, for a productivity based ecosystem, this should be the first step to take. Another application that gives your iPad a huge boost fundamentally is GoodNotes 5. Available for a one time purchase of $10 or Rs 599 in India, this changed the entire way of note taking for me. Through this application and the Apple Pencil, I am able to easily work on the notes required to be taken for my classes right on the presentation slide provided by the professor. So the assignment work as well as all the notes required to be taken with respect to research for the articles that I write on our website, the podcast that we create, or the videos that I make for this channel, links in the description. My VPN application of choice is Private Internet Access. I'm not sponsored by them, but I would wholeheartedly approve PIA, knowing that Linus from Linus Tech Tips approve of the same. It is a bit on the pricey side at $3.50 a month, but when your entire network and data is being routed through a VPN, you would want it to be as private and secure as possible. There are a few more applications that I use frequently for general day-to-day use cases. Canva is a great app to create fantastic visuals, be it for your social media presence or even making some beautiful presentation, business cards, or basically anything visual. Adobe Lightroom app on iPad is a great side tool to use along with the full-fledged Lightroom CC on Windows and Mac. As a photo post-processing tool, this is my go-to application, be it on any device. Lucid Chart is an app that is really great for making charts, as the name suggests. With a pretty simple user interface, the time that it takes to create an amazing mind map or chart is negligible and makes for a great way to improve the quality of your presentation, especially if you want your client to be captivated by your presentation itself. The WordPress, Anchor, and YouTube Studio application act as ways to manage the Nerdcasm website, podcast, as well as the YouTube channel right on the iPad. Finally, the X Display app makes it easy to extend the display of your laptop to have a multiple monitor setup on the go. And finally, to utilize the great display for entertainment the right way at the right time, the obvious apps like YouTube, Disney Plus Hotstar, Prime Video, Curiosity Stream, and Twitch are of course there. So these are the applications that make my iPad an ultimate productivity tool and requires me to take out my laptop less than once a month even. I hope you guys, especially the one already using an iPad, would gain knowledge pertaining to a few apps that might be new to you, and thus this turns out to be helpful to you all. If you like this video and the way information is democratized for everyone through this channel, please like the video, subscribe for more videos to come, and ring the bell icon to get timely notifications for the same.